Hello traders, welcome to your market update for the 16th of February. It's a Monday and we are having US President's Day. So this bank holiday is going to make today very quiet. We're not going to have a lot of data coming out and the market should test historical support and resistance levels or levels that it's very close to. I don't see major moves in the market unless, because we do have the Eurogroup meeting, unless for some miracle reason they actually strike a deal. Don't hold your breath on that, but you never know when it's going to happen and when they're going to open the doors, walk out and say, all right, we've got a deal. And will start to put a bit of relief in the market. But the 12th hour isn't here yet. And in government fashion, they'll wait at least to the 12th hour before this Mexican standoff between Greek and Euro officials actually reaches its head. So nothing much happening tonight. Do some research on the Eurozone, keep it up to date on the data, have a look at the economic calendar for the rest of the week. We've got a lot of UK data coming out. We've got the RBA minutes tomorrow. We've got the FOMC minutes coming out on Wednesday. Yep, there it is there on Wednesday. We've got a lot of UK data, as I mentioned. So I think the pound's in play this week and we could continue to see some strength, but we'll have to wait and see. The Eurozone's always in focus, and we'll see whether the US dollar actually gets back into buying. Now, if I have a look at the dollar index, you can just go on here to marketwatch.com if you don't have anything fancy, and you can see that the last 6 months on this chart, it's actually been longer than that. We've been in an uptrend, and it's just a series of rallies, consolidation, slight pullback, rallies, consolidation, and we've seen a little pullback over the last few sessions, and that's put support back under the pairs of which are trading against the US dollar. So I do believe fundamentally though the US economy is going quite well, as I've mentioned many times, and we will find support here at some point and the US dollar index will rally and we will see buying back in the US dollar. When that happens, I'll be sure to let you know, but do some research if you don't already follow the dollar index. It can definitely help your trading. And this is just on a daily chart to give you a good picture. I haven't broken it down into smaller time frames, but there it is. And based on that, we have seen, let me start off with the New Zealand daily. You'll see that we've got a bit of support here. I've pulled the fib from the low to the high. This is a big fall and we're having a pullback, and we could find support here at the fib 50 or possibly the fib 38.2. I do believe we will find resistance there, and that would possibly coincide with US dollar support kicking back in. Although the New Zealand economy isn't doing so bad, it's just definitely not doing as good as the US economy. The Australian economy is definitely not doing good at all. However, we have found some support put underneath the bottom of it with these tweezer bottoms, but I don't believe that that support will hold forever, and we should see a break of it at some point. Now, how long that is, I'm not too sure, and we have some minutes coming up tomorrow, and that could put some fear back into the Australian dollar if the RBA is going to start jawboning the market lower and start putting fear into the globe about how poorly the Australian economy is actually going, besides our housing. So we'll have to wait and see there. I don't see a lot of trades there at all tonight. We'll have to wait. The pound, if I go to the daily chart, it's strong. It's strong with good reason. I went over that last week. We've got a very big move, and that should continue to follow on. That's a move based on the fundamentals, and with more data coming out this week, I believe to be supporting of the pound buyers. I think the bulls will continue to drive it back up to $1.56. So keep an eye on that. There will be some trades to be had, just possibly not tonight, as the market will be low volume. I would love it to have a consolidation or a little pullback over to this trend line so we could do a swing trade off it with high conviction. So we'll have to wait and see if that opportunity arises. But for now, it's just a very strong economy to keep your eye on. The euro is in a consolidation, and I don't see that changing until we get a deal. So it's all about waiting for a deal, and all we can do is sit and wait. When we do, we should get a breakout. I think we will get a deal, and we could get a little bit of a buying support this week. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, it's definitely not a trade you want to be sitting in and just hoping for a deal or hoping for a particular outcome, because nobody knows what's going to happen, not even the people sitting in the room right now. So the US CAD, we have seen the US dollar having a bit of a pullback the last two sessions. That's reflected here in the daily candles, and it's coming back to test the $1.24, and it all comes down to oil. Oil has also had a bit of a rally, and that has put the pullback into motion. However, if it was to, I apologize for this, if this was to actually continue and break through the triple top, if I go to a daily chart here, you'll see that we've had some support, rally, little pullback, rally, little pullback. It's just struggling to break above $55 a barrel. But when it does, I think it'll continue to go. And you could basically say that we've found a bottom. We'll have to wait and see there, but oil and the US dollar are playing a very important role here and determining whether this is a consolidation before we continue on move north, or whether oil breaks through and the US dollar actually comes under a bit of pressure. So I'll have to wait and see there. I am bulls in the US dollar, as we've mentioned. I do believe, as I said last week, we will find support in this area here somewhere before we bounce off that and continue on north against the yen. However, it's just not the time to buy and assume that the market's ready to do what the fundamentals are pointing at. So I'll wait for a bounce, and that's a trade I'm definitely stalking. But it seems to be $118, is support for now, and I think we could get a bounce off there at some point and a long-term buying opportunity like we had through here up to this area. So let's wait and see, and we shall be patient, and tomorrow I'll be back with hopefully some trading opportunities, hopefully some setups, and we can start to look at what we've got in the week ahead and possibly look at some alternative trading ideas to stalk for a potential outcome for Europe. So until tomorrow, trade well and be patient.